So this is the second year in a row a top prospect in the NFL draft got pranked by someone calling his number, saying that they were a GM of a team, and it happened last year to Cooper DeJean. Now it happened to Shedeur Sanders. This kid right here is the person in question who did go ahead and did it. He called up Shedeur, said, "Hey, I'm the GM of the Saints." He said, "Hey, and he said, you're going to have to wait longer." That's pretty much the whole context of the video. It's not really that crazy of a prank. He just said, "Hey, you're going to have to wait longer." Cool. After this prank, whatever, the next day, I believe, is when they took, the Saints took a quarterback. They took a guy from Louisville. So that was whatever. People were upset the prank happened. It happened last year to Cooper DeJean. Happened this year to Shedeur Sanders. What's funny about the prank is the fact of the connection. So who is that kid? Why is that kid important? Well, that kid's actually the son of the Falcons defensive coordinator. So that kid is named Jack Ulbrich, which is the son of Jeff Ulbrich, which is the defensive coordinator for the Falcons. As it says by the Falcons who released this, says unintentionally came across the draft. Contact phone number for Shedeur Sanders. So apparently they're claiming his son randomly from his dad's phone came across Shedeur Sanders' contact number, wrote down his contact number, and Jeff Ulbrich was unaware of the data exposed or any facets of the prank and was made aware above only by the fact, obviously, that the prank went live. The Atlanta Falcons did not condone the behavior that sends out sincere apologies to Shedeur Sanders and his family, who has been in contact with to apologize, as well as a facet an apology directly from Jack to the Sanders family. We've also been in contact with the NFL and will fully cooperate with any inquiries we may receive from the NFL office. We are currently reviewing all protocols and updating necessary to help prevent an incident like this from happening again. Listen, this is it is a funny I say funny prank. It's not really a prank. He just said, "Hey, you're gonna have to wait longer." At the end of the day, the kid's stupid. This could cost his dad his job, right? You can't, when you have draft prospects, especially when it comes to phone numbers, addresses, name, date of birth, whatever, that's sensitive information, right? Very sensitive information. I'm hoping that this kid did not leak his number to somebody else, didn't spread his number out there, because numbers can be connected to accounts and stuff like that. Again, it's a very slippery slide, but there's a reason why numbers, especially of famous people, pro football players, not really put out there that much, and are very hard to find, is because it's very sensitive information. Again, at the end of the day, I understand it was a prank. It wasn't done maliciously, just like the Cooper DeJean one last year wasn't done maliciously. And I'm not trying to be a buzzkill here, but at the end of the day, Jeff Ulbrich, this is his career. This is his livelihood. This is what he uses to be able to take care of his family, including his son. So to risk his job like this just for some internet clout is kind of ridiculous. Also, it's ridiculous to do this to a player. At the end of the day, the player, whether you like Shedeur Sanders or you don't, he deserves that same moment that every other player gets when they get drafted to a team, to feel happy, feel excited, feel ready to go. And again, like I said, it happened to Cooper DeJean last year, and it wasn't right, and I think it's not right to do it this year. Jack Ulbrich, the kid who did it, said on Friday night, "I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish." And again, that's kind of to what his point here. This is all lawyer speak, I believe. I assume this is all lawyer speak, or the NFL is saying, "Hey, put out this public statement." At the end of the day, I do feel like, again, it wasn't done with a malicious intent. It was done to be funny and laugh. And I guess some people say that. But at the end of the day, it is a big moment for these NFL players. They play their whole entire lives. They, go to bat the whole entire lives, every single day grinding, get drafted in the NFL for some kid to, ruin the moment for no reason other than internet clout. I'm so sorry I took away from the moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life. I made a terrible mistake and messed up that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier. I hope you can find in your heart to forgive me. I mean, I think that's a pretty good statement. Again, like I said, I'm also looking at it from, the NFL cracks down on Jeff Albrecht here and said, hey, you let NFL players number leak, a prospects numbers leak. He could be fined. I mean, this is not out of the NFL's wheelhouse to fine Jeff for potentially for data leak here. They could fine him for this. So again, it's just all around stupid. It really is. Thankfully in the end, nothing else happened of this, but I'm sure Shedeur has changed his number since then. But again, it's a very important situation when it comes to getting drafted. Let's come on now. Come on now, boys. Come on now. Again, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer and a Debbie Buzzkill here, but it's just stupid stuff. It really is. Like, it happened last year with Cooper DeJean. Now it happened this year with Shedeur Sanders. There's no reason for this. It's taken away from a great moment, an amazing moment for an NFL player. So, and I hope Jeff doesn't get in trouble for this. I hope he doesn't lose. I don't think he'll lose his job, but I hope he doesn't get fined for this. I hope he doesn't have to suffer because of his son's dumb actions. That's what I'll say. Yeah, so that's kind of my 2 cents on the whole subject. People are upset that the NFL and the NFL media isn't as upset about the thing that happened last year with Cooper DeJean. I think no matter who the player is, what the scenario is, I don't think it's right no matter what. That's why I am also bringing up Cooper DeJean, who had happened to him last year. It doesn't matter who the player is. Like, we just don't do this stupid stuff. Let the players enjoy themselves. Let them enjoy it. It's a huge moment, not only for the player, also for the family, man. Like, you're watching one of your family members that you grew up with, that you watched since a baby, do something that they love at a very high level, be blessed enough by God to be able to make a insane wealthy living. Like, we're talking about generational wealth. Like, it's a moment that not a very small amount of people get to witness. Let's just not take it away from players. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one.